Productivity is never an accident. I'll say it again, productivity is never an accident. I want you to understand that it's not gonna happen by luck. Productivity is always intentional and deliberate. Don't be upset by the results you didn't get with the work you didn't do. All right, listen to me. Don't be upset by the results you didn't get from the work you did not do. Don't be upset. Don't be upset you didn't do it. Don't be upset you didn't get the results because you didn't do the work. Don't be upset. I don't want you to be upset. I don't want you to be angry. I didn't get the results because I didn't do the work. Bottom line, I didn't show up on time. I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. I hit the snooze button. I made an excuse. I didn't make adjustments, right? I need you to understand. Look. Don't be upset with the results you didn't get because of the work you didn't do. All right? I need you to man up and say, who am I? The bigger your dream is, I want you to understand the harder the grind. Listen to me. Luck is for leprechauns, and you ain't green. I'm gonna say it again. Luck is for leprechauns, and you're not green. I'm not bringing you a fairy tale. What I am telling you is that if you're willing to go beast mode, you can have whatever you want. I'm a living example. You can start from nothing. Start from nothing. You know the story. Mom was a teenage mom. Start with nothing. Grandma had 14 kids. Start with nothing. 2-bedroom house, 1 bathroom. Mom got kicked out because she had me. Start with nothing. Start with nothing. High school dropout. Start with nothing. Homeless. 12 years to get a 4-year degree from the university. Start with nothing. If you are willing to grind. Now, I need you to do me a huge favor. You got to understand this. There are 2 ways to be successful, right? And I don't subscribe to the first one. That's just natural talent. Right? And I just don't believe people who are naturally talented are better than me. I believe effort, and you've heard me say it. Your mama might come from privilege. Your daddy might come from privilege. Your daddy might own a company. You might come from privilege. You might have a father that can give you everything your little heart desires, but you will not outwork me. Why? Because I realize that the bigger the dream. Notice when I said beast mode now, I'm not talking about the lion. When I talk about beast mode now, I'm talking about the ant that's very small, but that can probably lift 100 times his weight. I'm saying that some of you in this room, you might not be a lion yet. Some of you in this room, you might be an ant. You might have small beginnings. You might not have a lot of money. You might not have a lot of resources, but there's no excuse. You said, E.T., I'm not that lion. You might be the ant, and the ant has very little, but he's determined. He's strong. He has a dream and a goal, and he'll do whatever it takes. And I need you to understand that the bigger your dream is, the earlier you're going to have to get up. The longer you're going to have to stay up. The bigger your dream is, the more effort you're going to have to put in. And for those of you who raise your hand and put up 70%, you'll never see it. You'll never see it. For those of you who are 70% beast mode, 30% gazelle. That's just enough for that other person, I'll do you. That's just enough. Listen to me, that's just enough for the other person who wants just what you want. Okay, so let me say it like this, because I want to make sure you get it. All right, listen to me, I told you. I want you to think about those goals. I want you to taste them. I want you to internalize it. I'm not asking you to tell me what your goals are because I'm interested in hearing everybody. I couldn't possibly do anything with it. Listen to me, this is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to dream your dream because I want you to feel it. I want you to taste it. I want you to know how close. I want you, just like when the weather is changing, you can feel it. I want you to be able to feel when you're getting closer to it and closer to it. But more importantly, I want you to know when you dream your dream that there are other people who are dreaming the exact same dream. When you said to yourself, when the ball comes down, this is what I want to accomplish. You're not the only person that wants to accomplish it. And now I ask you this question. What do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? What do you do when you're not the only one that wants to make $1 million in your company? You're not the only one that wants to be the president. You're not the only one that wants to be the CEO. What if you're not the only one that wants what you want? What if there are thousands of other people who want what you want? You have to outwork them. You gotta outgrind them. You gotta get up earlier. You gotta stay up later. You gotta execute, and you gotta go from 70 to 120. So I need you to understand something. You can have it if you want, but the bigger the dream, the bigger the dream, the bigger the dream, guys, the bigger the dream, the bigger the dream, the harder the grind. You're thinking, I want you to get it out, your system. You're thinking, I'm gonna work hard for 10 years, then I'll relax. And if that's what you're thinking, this ain't for you. I don't wanna motivate you. I don't wanna just inspire you. I wanna empower you. So we've been talking about what do beasts do? I don't wanna just look like a beast. I don't wanna talk like a beast. I wanna have beast paraphernalia. I wanna be a beast. I wanna be in beast mode. I wanna do what beasts do. I was reading a story about the lion and gazelle, just like you. I was reading a study. I would pull back and then I would digest the story. I'm looking for that thing. I'm looking what makes a lion a lion. I'm looking because if I can find out what makes a lion, I can help you turn that switch on. Because we all have it. That switch is in all of us. It's in a high school dropout. That switch is in someone who was homeless and ate out of trash. That switch exists in all of us. And I knew if I could turn the switch on, and if I could teach you how to turn that switch on. And so I'm reading the story, and I'm asking myself, okay, Eric, what are the similarities? And the similarities are every single day in Africa. Woo, I love it. Every single day in Africa, I love it. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, I love it. If you're a gazelle, you wake up with this notion that I must outrun the lion if I'm going to survive. Listen to me. I don't know what your business is. I don't know what you're trying to do personally, but there's something you're going to have to outrun. Every single day when you wake up, something you're gonna have to run. For some of you, it's alcohol. For some of you, it's other substances. For some of you, it's depression. For some of you, it's your past. For some of you, it's procrastination. For some of you, your inability to stick with something, to start and finish. And for some of you, you can't execute. I don't know what it is, but every single day, like that gazelle, you're gonna wake up and boom, you're gonna have to run from something. That's something you're gonna have to get away from to survive. And that's all the gazelle's doing. He's running from the lion because he's trying to survive. What's weird is though, even though the lion is considered to be one of the most ferocious animals, one of the most dangerous animals, one of the kings of the kingdom, that when the sun comes up in Africa, the lion has to do something too. Even though he's great, the gazelle's not gonna come and just let him eat him up. He's gonna have to chase that gazelle down. He's gonna have to kill that gazelle. When I read it, that's the similarity. That if it doesn't make a difference if you're a gazelle, it doesn't make a difference if you're a lion. If you're at the top of the game, you still gotta work. If you're at the top of your game, you still have to grow. If you're at the top of your game, what I know about you, if you're at the top of your game, there's still room for improvement. You can still get bigger. You can still get better. You can still be bolder. If you are still alive, there's still room for growth. There's still room to grow and be better. In Africa, it does not make a difference when the sun comes up. Boom! You better get to running. And so I studied. I said, what's the difference? What's the difference? And I noticed that the gazelle is running. And I asked myself, what's the difference? The gazelle is running. The gazelle is afraid. The gazelle understands that if it does not stop running, or if it stops running, it's gonna die. But I watched it long enough and I saw the gazelle stop and I said, ooh, I get it. It's not being chased. It's not being pushed. But some of us in this room, if we don't have a reward, you're not self-motivated, you're not self-regulated, you don't have that thing inside of you that pushes you, that alarm clock still has to get you up. Why? Because your passion is not waking you up. Your passion is not getting you up. And so I saw it, I said, ooh, the lion does not need to be pushed. The lion does not need anything external. That thing that it needs is inside. And so every single day, the lion wakes up and he runs and chases the gazelle. Why? Because he realizes that if he is to survive, if his kids are to survive, he must eat. You got to get to the point. You don't need to be pushed by anybody anymore. Your dreams, your why is going to push you. The need to get better is going to push you. Because you're closer than you're ever going to be, it's going to push you. You don't need anything to push you. Your goals are going to push you. Your dreams are going to push you. The opportunity of a lifetime that happens in this particular time frame is going to push you. It's going to drive you. It's going to make you better. So do me a favor as I leave. You can't be average anymore. 70%. You can't do it. You can't do it and have what you want. You can't give me 70 and be what you want. You can't give me 70 and do what you want. You can't be average anymore. You can't be good anymore. 80%. You can't be good anymore. 80% and have what you want. You can't be good at something and have everything you dreamed of. To make your dreams become reality. To no longer dream them, but walk in them. You can't. And for some of you, you stop dreaming. You dream for a week and you stop because things around you don't look good. You dream for a month, and when you get hit in the mouth, you quit and you give up. You dream for a while, and when people tell you crazy, and when people tell you stupid, and when people tell you can never get done, you stop dreaming and you go back to knowledge. I want you to think about that hurdle. I want you to think about that thing that keeps pressing you down. Think about that loved one, that individual that you have to do this for that thing you want to accomplish. Let's go faster now. Let's go hard. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And I dare you to use your imagination. I dare you when you're broke to use your imagination. I dare you when you're rich to use your imagination. I dare you under every single circumstance. Keep dreaming. Keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream, because that's where true success is. Whatever it is, you're bold enough, you're big enough to dream. If you are intentional and deliberate about it, if you build it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no luck, guys. Every single day, if you do a little, you're gonna wake up one day and your dreams are gonna be a reality. Look, and you owe this to yourself, what you have to do so when that ball drops, you are exactly where you want to be. Because the greatest feeling in the world, guys, the greatest feeling in the world is execution. The greatest feeling in the world is doing what you said you were going to do. There's no greater feeling in the world. I don't sleep when I'm tired. I sleep when I'm done. Right? So listen to me again. I don't go to sleep when I'm tired. I go to sleep when I'm done.